Today we're going to be changing the camshaft synchronizer and sensor on a Ford Ranger 3.0. We got the original Motorcraft parts, DA2089 and SS10870. We're going to lube up the camshaft synchronizer with some 10W30 oil. And to remove the sensor, the old sensor, and put the new one in, we need a 7/32 socket with an extension. And then we'll need another socket to remove the sensor, which I will get to in a bit. This will be a several part segment video. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. Okay, the camshaft synchronizer is all lubed up with oil, and we are ready to go to the truck and start installing or removing the old position sensor. This is the truck, 99 Ranger 3.0. That is a rebuilt crate motor, flex fuel. I've had it for 5 years. I've got 62,000 miles on it now. And I wish I had a flashlight. But the camshaft synchronizer is right back there, underneath that hose. I will get a flashlight and visually show you. Okay, it helps to sit up here above the radiator, and you can get to it. It's right there. You can see the two little screws, and the sensor points back to there. It's a very cramped position, but with your extension you should be able to get to it. Okay, so we have our extension and we have our socket, which is either a 7/32 or a 5.5 millimeter. We're going to remove the sensor, and then we need to mark where the camshaft synchronizer is. We're going to use that using a white marker pen, which will be coming up in a minute. Okay, now we have the bolts removed or loosened. We're going to move the sensor, and then there is the sensor, and it's got a plug which we're going to disconnect and put the new one on. Wish I had more light, but there you can see it's got the plug. So now the old one is removed, and we can see the position sensor. Now, do you see where that tab is? That tab right there at about the 5 o'clock position. I will show you a better view of what that looks like on the new one. But the new one needs to go in the exact same position. Okay, so there's the new sensor, which we will be putting on after we get this in. And you see this tab. That's where we need to make sure that gets in the right position where it's at. So then this sits like this, and then it's going to be somewhat like that. Like that. Now the sensor is going to sit in there like that. So we need to install it the same way. Now I'm going to go and find out which bolt, what size bolt that is, and what size socket we need to remove the old crankshaft. Okay, now we're looking at the camshaft, and the bolt to remove it is buried right back there. You can kind of see it. I'll see if I can get a better view of it. I think that's a good view. Now they say that that is reverse thread, but on this one, it is a 10mm socket, and it is not reverse thread. So it is still lefty, loosey, righty, tighty. Because there was a thread where they viewed it, and they thought it was left-hand thread. I'm going to remove it, and then I will show it to you. Okay, so we got it removed. Here it is. It's got a big washer on it. Make sure you don't lose it. And as you can see, by those threads, it is still lefty, loosey, righty, tighty. At least mine is. Now, all the bolt sizes and socket sizes are based on my engine, and make sure you double check to make sure that yours are the same or they may be different. Okay, again, there's that tab, and I'm going to mark the new one in the same position. And to do that, we have a good trusty marker. Okay, so we have our new one, and we're going to put that tab in the same position. So we're going to mark that. There. So we have a mark. Now we're going to go pull the old one out, and hopefully we can stick this one in, and it will be correct. Okay, now we are ready to pull that out. There she is. Now she moved a bit when we pulled her out, but we remember where it was. Look at that old one. Let's take her over and see how much play we have in that. Here we go. Hopefully this works. Hear that? We did it. There we go. Right there. That's that squeaking. I was hearing that every morning at startup. The new one does not do that. That is about 62,000 miles. And they go out between 60 and 70 or 85. That was very annoying, and it was causing a P0430 code going off. Camshaft position sensor code going off. So, now we're going to work on putting the new one in. Okay, here's the new one. We got the sensor in the right, or the tab in the right spot, and we put it in. It might turn a bit, but we may have to pull it out and move it again. We want it to end up in that same position because it's going to turn when it goes in. So, let's see if we can do this right. It's hard for me to hold the camera and do this all at once, but hopefully you'll get the picture. Okay, we got it in there. Hopefully I got it in the right position. It may be off a hair. I'm going to work with it and see if I can get it a little bit to the right, a tad bit more. It's not easy because it wants to turn as you put it in there. So it takes several attempts to get it in the right position. Okay, I took it out and moved it around a few times, and I got it where it's in the better position. As you can see, the tab is a little bit more to the right. Right where my white paint marker is. So we should be good to go. Now we're going to have a heck of a time putting that screw back in. Kind of hard to see the hole, but it's right back there. I'm going to put that back in, and hopefully we'll be good to go. Okay, I'm tightening the screw, and as you can see, it's righty-tighty. Righty-tighty. Next, we're going to put the sensor in and hook the connector up. Okay, after a few attempts of screwing it down back and forth and adjusting it, because when you go to tighten that screw and capture it, it wants to move a little. So you have to pull it back out and try it all over again several times. But now it's tight and it is in the right position. It's lined up with my mark. And it's all secured down. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. Now we're going to get the new sensor, connect it, and put it on. Okay, now we have the new sensor put on. It's all connected. Sorry for the bad lighting. And we're going to stick it back on this camshaft's top, and we're going to screw in. Okay, now the new camshaft sensor is on. Make sure you don't over tighten those or you will crack the housing. And then there's our old one. So now we're going to start her up and hopefully we won't get an error code. Basically, you can see what I had here for tools. LED flashlight, 1/4 inch ratchet with a flex head, adjustable angle. I had to electrical tape my 5.5 millimeter socket on here so it wouldn't fall off. And I have another extension for my 10 millimeter. And that's pretty much all the tools you need to do this job. And can you believe the Ford dealership charges $500 to $600 for this? Pretty ridiculous. And I did it in about 35-40 minutes. Would have went faster if I wasn't recording and trying to do a good job of this video. But I hope all you Ranger fans appreciate it. Now we're going to fire her up and hopefully for the best. Take a good look at my truck. Bushwhacker extended fender flares, Krager rims. They're 10 by 15 with Goodyear Wrangler Duratrax, 33 by 12.5 by 15s. Fiberglass topper with a Explorer roof rack with a roof basket. Side step Nerf bars. And a lot of other mods inside. And soon I will be doing an 01 to 03 front end conversion. She started her up, seems to be running just fine. Explorer powered bucket seats, Explorer center console. I'm working on an overhead console. White Explorer sport gauges, new steering wheel airbag. I got Bugman LEDs, Polio in the Polio LEDs. Also, for some reason not working. Mustang dome light by Bugman LEDs. And a lot of cool other stuff going on. Toggle switches. Seems to be running good. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it's helpful.